Your low back carries you through thousands of movements every day, and when it hurts, everything hurts.
That's right, and the good news is that simple stretches can help decrease pain and help your mobility.
And to do this, we're gonna go back in time to a video Bob and Brad did 3 years ago, showing a bunch of options, but we wanna make sure to stay tuned because when we come back, we got 3 more bonus.
As usual, I'm gonna jump into the TARDIS. We're gonna take that time travel, and here we go. I'm having little problems with this. Adrian, can you give me a little push?
I'll give you a push start. I'll give you a push
so I
start.
get warp speed. Whoa!
You forgot your tartar sauce.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.
We're going to show you the first 2 that'll be done lying on your back. These work better on a floor. Carpeted floor works best. You can do them on the bed, the first one for sure. The second one, not so well. But anyways, lying on your back, this first one does work well.
I'll do it on the bed.
Yep, on the bed. Simply relax. You can start with one knee pulling to your chest. See how that feels. If it's a good experience, try the other one. Okay, hold that one. And these, again, 10 to 30 seconds. If that feels good, a little bit better stretch is both knees and up and stretch and relax. If you have stenosis, this typically works very good for stenosis. Okay, if you have work that quadratus lumborum muscle, the erector spinae muscle group.
Or a tight low back.
Yeah, exactly. General tight low back, very popular stretch over the decades. The next one, this is, I learned this one from a stenosis class because I have stenosis on my low back. You can take a 6-inch roll like this. If you don't have one, it doesn't have to be 3 feet long. The short one works fine. You can roll, if you don't want to do that, take a towel, roll it up tightly, tape it up like this so it's about 6 inches in diameter.
Beach towel.
Yep, beach towel. Put it under there. And now you're not going to put it under your back at the belt level.
Yeah.
That's too high up. You need it down low, below the belt, a few inches. Anatomically, you're going to be at the lower part of the sacrum by your tailbone.
On your butt.
Yep. There we go. And what that does, that intensifies that low back stretch. And boy, I really enjoy this one. If stenosis people, if pulling your knees to your chest works well, this will probably, if that feels good, this will probably feel better.
Should feel good.
Yep.
Right.
You can do a little rocking if you want. Relax, and that's it. We're going to go to number 3. Okay, the third one, in a quadruped or hands and knees position like Bob is in. You're going to go just like that, stretch down, buttocks to the heels as far as is comfortable. The hands kind of stay glued. This can be done on the bed or the carpeted floor as you choose. Hold it again for the time amounted. Now, if you want to stretch more of the muscles on the left side, you're going to reach over the opposite direction with your hands, in this case to the right, and you can get that stretch here more, and of course, the opposite hand position for the opposite muscle group on the back. All right, that's as simple as that one is. Okay, the next one, on your stomach, like Bob is lying here, you're just gonna prop up on your elbows. We're gonna get an arch in the back. Now, if this feels very comfortable and makes your back pain reduce, then you're gonna hold it there. You can do the option of doing what we call press-ups, where he keeps the hips glued to the floor and go up and down, not more than 10 repetitions. Again, this is one of those things that should feel good the longer you're up or the more repetitions. Otherwise, don't do it. Okay. All right, the next one, you can do it in seated or standing. We're gonna start in seated. You need a stick, a broomstick, a piece of PVC pipe, a piece of doweling. You're gonna put it on the floor in front of you in the seated position.
Or on the seat.
On the seat, exactly,
Right.
Good point. It needs to not slip. So if it's on the floor and it's the bottom is slipping around, simply take a shoe, put it there and put that inside the shoe. That'll grip well. Reach up with your hands as high as you can comfortably. You're gonna hold on to it there. Don't let it slip through your hands as you lean forward. And now this stretches the low back, and it really gets that latissimus dorsi, which those fibers or those muscles do connect to the low back, and it really gets a nice fascial stretch. Oh, stretch it out. It feels good, Bob, doesn't it?
I sure does.
You can do this one standing. You just, if you put it on a countertop or a chair, and again, it's the same concept except for standing. Ooh. All right. Okay, the next one. There's two options, seated or standing. This is kind of an overall back stretch. We'll show the seated position first. Bob looking from the sagittal plane, me from the profile. Now, when you do this, you're going to relax, let your back round out, let all those
One
muscles.
vertebrae at a time.
Yep. Okay, I'm at T10, T11, T12. That's a joke for therapists. Now you just go down, and again, this needs to feel good.
Grab her ankles.
Yep. I would not grab and pull really hard. We're not doing aggressive stretches. This is relaxing stretches. Breathe and relax.
No pain.
Come back up. If you want to do this one standing, again, it feels good when you do it. Otherwise, don't do it. Round here at the shoulder. So we're trying to start at the top, right below the neck. The upper back rounds, mid back, lower mid back, upper low back, middle low back, and lower low back.
I also want to do it if you have osteoporosis.
Right,
man?
right. If you happen to have a herniated disc, I would probably not do it either.
Right.
Unless you happen to do it and it feels better and makes your sciatica feel better, but maybe
Right.
not. Be
Right.
cautious with that. These are more for healthy backs, maintenance.
Right.
Bob, is there anything? Oh, yeah, we got one more bonus. Hold on.
Pain, right.
Okay, Bob and I decided we're going to add a number one here. This is going to be actually 7, a little bonus information. If you happen to have a pull-up bar, something where you can suspend all your weight on, we're using our pull-up system here. If it's close to the wall, it actually works better because you can use the wall for support and for posture, and simply put some decompression through that low back and stretch those muscles out that way. And the nice thing about you don't want to be hanging right away. You want to be able to slowly and very controllably decompress and stretch those muscles. I'm about 50% weight bearing, and you may start out there. If it feels good and you put more weight and it feels better, then you go ahead and do it. Typically, you don't go full weight bearing like this right away. It may take a few days, or you may not if it doesn't feel good. If I hang for about 20 seconds, I'm doing good. If I go past 30 seconds, then it hurts when I let off, so I don't go too long. Listen to your body and stretch away. Whoa!
Did you
Forgot my tartar sauce.
You didn't have your snack, but oh well, you managed.
Anyways, that was a nice trip, and those stretches that we showed were excellent, but there are a few that we've found are very effective as well, and we're going to go through those right now.
Yes, the first one is kind of a yoga move, I would say. It's called a cat cow.
I'd say yoga.
Or cat camel, whatever you want to call it. So in order to do this, you normally have to be on all fours, and you're going to bring your head up, arch your lower back, look up. This is the cow or camel, and then you're going to go into a cat position. This is like a cat that's mad and hissing at you, and go back and forth. You can hold each position for a few seconds, and just do what range feels good. Maybe you can't arch as much as me, or you can't curve the other way, so just take your time with it.
Good. Dr. Tryon, do you have any input on this?
I think this is a really good one for that low back. And yeah.
No, so in your experience, is this the cat and the cow or the camel and the horse? Or
It's cat cow to me.
Okay.
But I learned it in yoga.
well,
so-
if it's cat cow, then we have to.
I mean, cow, horse.
I concur.
I could
it's
see
cat,
cow, horse. Yeah, I could see.
There you go.
guys
Let's go to
forgot-
the next one.
you guys
All
forgot
right.
camel.
Do you want to?
Oh, yeah. Now this
back
next
there?
one is actually one that, as far as we are concerned here at Bob and Brad, Mike has invented this. Back in the day when we were in the clinic every day, all day long, Mike found out you take a ball that's squishy like this and you put it behind your back on a firm chair, and you can adjust the height to wherever you need your back to be stretched in extension, in other words, backwards. This is the opposite of that forward slouched posture. So Adrian, can you go back and
Yep.
stretch it?
Stretch out.
And the benefit of it is you can move the ball lower or higher depending upon where your back is aching and where your motion is limited. And if you have sore shoulders, just doing it like this is beneficial. Otherwise, you could certainly raise your arms up above your head. And this is what we call the Alleluia stretch because it look like someone in church praying or...
Well, Bob actually patented that name, I believe. You know, he was pretty big into that. Hallelujah. Can you adjust the ball by yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, and actually it kind of rolls up and down your back as you do this, which is nice. So it gets multiple areas too.
And you can mess with the size of the ball too. A smaller one will be a little less motion and a bigger one more motion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't advise like a basketball or a soccer ball. Those are too hard. It really needs to be a soft, cushy ball.
Right, a little bit deflated is good. Yeah.
And stretch number 10 is just low trunk rotations. You can do this one in bed or on the floor, whatever you're comfortable with. And you're just going to bring your feet side to side. Brad thinks these are called windshield wipers, but you can call them whatever you want.
Well, I've been calling windshield wipers for over a decade now, and I've had good responses from all the people who worked with me. So, you know, I think that's good.
Yeah.
So just keep both feet together, knees are bent, and then just go to where you feel pain-free. If this starts to hurt, don't push as far down and go the other direction. With this one, you can just kind of do repetitions. I like to go 10 each way personally and just kind of loosen stuff up.
Yep, I love this one. I give this one out quite a bit when people are just starting to get like a little gentle rotation in their spine. So,
Any other modifications you like to do with your patients?
I think really it's just like Mike was saying, you know, like don't push through pain, right? So if it's uncomfortable, you're not going to go as far. You're just going to go kind of to the edge where you start to feel something,
Yep.
and then you're going to come in and out of it. So you're not pressing through pain.
Kind of like when a windshield wiper gets stuck on a good car,
Exactly
they
like
go
a
back
windshield
the other
wiper.
direction.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
You got to
automatic.
limit that motion.
There you go.
Or if it's winter and they're just completely frozen.
Right,
then
with
you're
the ice.
All right. So I think that's the 3 that we're adding to the existing 6 from Bob and I from, 8 years ago.
Well, 7 and 3 is 10, so 7. But
Oh, yeah.
anyway, if you want to check out another video on low back pain stretches you can do in bed specifically, you can click the video link on the screen.
There you go. Click, and what's the name of the video?
5 best stretches for low back pain in bed.
Oh, there you go.
Really.
Yeah, nice. You don't have to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But you got to get out of bed sooner or later, otherwise you will get a backache. Well, it's true.
It's
You know,
true.
If
It
you
is
lie
true.
in bed too long, it's not healthy for the back.
Very true.
Take care and have a good back.
Bob and